Okay, so the diagram shows a triangle with vertices 0.511. This is coordinate geometry. I don't know which form is this. This is Singapore math, but of course definitely apply for Malaysia math or even IGCSE. Definitely, it's just that don't know which level is that. So our coordinate A is 0.511. Then they give us a B and a C is unknown. 0.74. Every time I always make it a habit that when I read a question, I will make sure that all the information are passed to the diagram. So the point D 74, and then after that the point E 11, two line on the line AC and BC. Okay, just acknowledge because all the information are already in the diagram. Next, they say the line AB is parallel to the line DE. Okay, the parallel line is also stated, the arrow is already there, and they tell us that angle BDE is 90 degrees. Okay, it's also on the diagram. So that means we can proceed to do the question. Okay, they ask you to prove and show that the coordinates of point B is 8.57. This is a 5 marks question. So how are you going to find this? Okay, first let's see the point B, what can we link it to? So I'm going to let this be AB. Okay, so in this case we will actually have two unknown. I don't know my A, I don't know my B. Okay, so if I take two unknowns, I need two equations. So you need two information in order to form two equations. So let's see what we have. We have point B, this line AB and this line DE is parallel. So I can actually state here the gradient of AB is the same as gradient of DE because they are parallel. Parallel means gradient is the same. So that's one information I can make use of. Next is BD and DE is perpendicular. So you will know that gradient BD multiplied by gradient DE give you -1. So you need to know that when two lines are perpendicular to each other, their gradient M1 times M2 is -1. So this is two properties that you need to know. Gradient, when they are parallel, gradient is the same. When they are perpendicular, gradient 1 times gradient 2 is -1. So I will base on these two information to form two equations to solve the unknown. So let's take a look at this one first. So gradient AB, I will have, I'll write it as 11 minus B. So it's y1 minus y2. So take note that gradient formula is y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2. So gradient AB, I will take 11 minus B, 11 minus B over 0.5 minus A equals to gradient DE. DE is here. I have my full coordinate. 4 minus 2 over 7 minus 11. So I will have 11 minus B over 0.5 minus A equals to 2 over -4. So I'm going to cross multiply. So I will have minus 4, 11 minus B equals to 2, 0.5 minus 8. What I did was just cross multiply. So rainbow out. So minus 44 plus 4B is equals to 1 minus 2A. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to put all the A and B to one side and then the number to the right hand side, just like normal simultaneous. So I will have 2A plus 4B equals to 1 plus 44. 2A plus 4B is equals to 45. So this will be my equation 1. Okay, let's find our second equation. So now I'm going to base on this second information I have. So gradient BD, I will look at the point BD. So it will be B minus 4. So B minus 4 over A minus 7 multiplied by gradient DE. Again, I have the 2 points over here. So I will write as 4 minus 2 over 7 minus 11 is equals to -1. So this is the second set of information. So we need to manipulate this. So take note, this is multiply, this is not plus. So multiply. So this is 2. So it becomes 2 times b minus 4 over, this is negative 4, minus 4 times a minus 7 equals to negative 1 over 1. So let's do our rainbow. Okay, actually we can straight away cross multiply. Cross multiply. So I will have minus 4 times minus 1 is positive 4. So I will have 4a minus 7 equals to 2b minus 8. 4a minus 28 equals to 2b minus 8. So same thing, I'm going to show all the a and b to one side. So 4a minus 2b equals to minus 8 plus 28. 4a minus 2b equals to 20. So I let it be equation 2. So now I have my equation 1, equation 2. So what can I do? Okay, for those students who are doing AMath, okay, always, I know there's elimination method and there's substitution method, but my students, after they learn simultaneous, I will make sure that they, did I write something wrong? This one? What 8 question mark? Okay, yeah, so substitution is a method that I insist my student to always master it, because when we do AMath, it takes a lot of, you use a lot of substitution. Oh, you don't scare me. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to just make one of them the subject. So okay, this one, I think this one. Let's make B the subject. So if I make B, I will let 2B equals to 4a minus 20. My B will be 2a minus 10. Divide by 2, divide by 2. Okay, so it's easy. So I sub here. See, so this one will become 2a plus 4b equals to 45. So I have 2a plus 8a minus 40 equals to 45. 10a equals to 85. A equals to 8.5. Now B just sub back to here. So my B will be equals to 2, 8.5 minus 10. So we will have 7. So therefore the B is 8.57 shown. Okay, you see how I derive the equations. Okay, so in this first part of the question, we use a lot of gradient thing. Okay, so I make use of the two properties of the gradient and then form two equations, do the usual simultaneous equation. So that's for part 1. That's for part 1. Okay, then after that I'm going to put in the numbers here. So my B is 8.5 and 7. So kids, you see, even if touch wood, during exam part 1 you cannot prove it, okay? But B is given, you still can go and use the 8.5 and 7 to do the second part of the question. You don't just stop there. Okay? The most is to lose this 5 marks. But of course 5 marks is a lot. Now I already tell you how you're going to form the equation. So you should learn this way. Okay, let's move on. Now they ask to find the coordinate C. Okay, so let's see what we have. Coordinate C. Coordinate C is here. Okay. Another properties that's often that students don't understand. It's actually very basic, but they always like forget about it. So you look at this point C. Point C, do you agree that it's actually the intersection point of these two lines, BC and AC? BC and AC. These two lines, if you extend, point C is actually the intersection point. And when we talk about intersection point, what does that mean? It means that I just need to do simultaneous of the two lines and I can find point C. So then the next question you have to ask yourself is, am I able to find the line equation of the line BC as well as the equation of the line AC? Look at the line BC. Okay, I have the point B, which I already found it, and I have the point E. See, E is on the same line. So it means that I have 2 points, means I can find my gradient. If I can find my gradient, means I can find my equation of the line, so no issue. So now let's take a look at this line AC. Am I able to find the equation of the line AC? Actually, yes, again, because point D is also on this line. I have A, I have D. Same thing, I can find my gradient. I can find the equation of the line. So now my next task is to find equation of AC, find equation of BC, and do simultaneous. Okay? It's very tedious. Yes, it's tedious. But then this is how you do coordinate geometry. So let's go and find. Now I'm going to find the gradient BE. Gradient BE. So let's find gradient BE. It will be 7 minus 2. So it will be 7 minus 2 over 8.5 minus 11. I will get negative 2. Okay, so equation of a line, it must come into head, always in the form of y equals to mx plus c. So it's y equals to minus 2x plus c. So c is, you have to ask yourself, now my focus is, I'm finding BC. Do you have the y-intercept? You will not know. Okay, it's going to be a line whereby you cut so far away, whereby I don't know. In this case, I have to start a point which is on the line. So I have 2 points. I have 8.57 as well as 11.2. So I can choose to sub either of them. I choose to sub 11.2 because this one got decimal, right? So I shall sub 11.2. So this is y coordinate and this is x coordinate. So y will be 2 minus 211 plus c. So my c is equals to 24. So equation of the line is y equals to minus 2x plus 24. This is equation 1. This is equation 1. Okay, so now my turn to find this equation. So I need to find gradient AD. Gradient AD. So you will write gradient AD will be equals to 11 minus 4 over 0.5 minus 7. Okay, these 2 points. These 2 points. After that, my gradient AD will be minus 14 over 13. So again, equation of the line, y equals to m x plus c. So ask yourself again, do you have the y-intercept? Again, don't have. Okay, so I will start 1 point. Now I don't like to use that one. I always just use gradient and start in. I know what method you all is talking about. But for me is, I just ask my student, okay, equation of the line is always in the form of y equals to mx plus c. So it's minus 14 over 13 is the same. Okay, it's the same. So now I'm going to start a point which is on the line. So I'm going to start 7, 4. So I will have 4 equals to minus 14 over 13, 7 plus c. So my c is 150 over 13. So although the number is pretty ugly, but I have checked, there is no mistake. So when you have ugly number, yes, you have to make extra effort to check whether you make any mistake. But I'm pretty confident that this is correct really because there's no careless mistake. So this is my 2 equation. So I have find the 2 equations, let's do simultaneous and they will find our point C. So I'm over here because both are already y, so I just let both of them equal to each other. So over here you can just say sub 1 into 2 or sub 2 into 1, it doesn't matter. So it will be minus 2x plus 24 is equals to minus 14 over 13x plus 150 over 13. So I will have minus 2x minus 2x plus 14 over 13x equals to 150 over 13 minus 24. Okay, minus 2 plus 14 over 13 is minus 12 over 13x. So 150 over 13, minus 24. Minus 162 over 13. I'm going to divide it by minus 12 over 13. So that gives me 13.5. So my x is equals to 13.5. The y, I shall use the simple number. So it's minus 2x plus 24 and I get minus 3. So therefore my point C is 13.5 comma negative 3. Done. AMath is easier than EMath. Prove me wrong. No, it's true, I agree. AMath is actually easier than EMath. Why? Because actually, if you notice, AMath, but of course, if you don't understand the concept, then it's definitely AMath is a very tough subject. But once you understand the concept of the different topics, okay, the questions are always similar. There could only be just 2 to 3 topics, which is a bit tricky lah. But 80% of the topics, the questions are quite similar. They just change the number, so you need to understand everything, and then it's all interlinked. Yes, AMath is pretty direct. Math is easier than science. Hey, my moderator very sensitive. You all don't anyhow. Okay. So that just now the student, I don't know if it's a student or adult got blocked already. AMath is systematic. I like it. EMath also systematic lah. In fact, math is systematic one. Not just A or E. It's just that AMath. But AMath, one thing is, once you get wrong, let's say at the first step, then the behind part is all affected, and the steps are very long. So you need to be like, how do you say? You need to persevere. Okay? Yes. Okay, let's go to the next one. So next is asking you to find the area of triangle ABC. Okay, ABC. So first, every time when they ask me to find triangle, I will see whether there's any base and height, base and perpendicular height or not. For this case, I do not have. So that means straight away I will use the shoelace method. Okay, so this one just use the shoelace method. So it will be area of triangle ABC equals to half. I'm going to put the points. So let's say I'm going to start from A. Okay, you can start from any points now. Let's say I'm going to start from A, 0.511. So 0.511, and make sure that you go anti-clockwise. Go anti-clockwise. So after 0.511, you will go to C, point C. So I'm going to put in my C. My C just now was 13.5, -3. So now I will put 13.5 and -3, 8.5 and 7. And take note, must always close back. You start from this point, you must end with the same point. It's like you have the close loop. It's a close. If not, it's like open it, you cannot find the area. So must close it back to the same one. Okay, so half. So what I usually do is, see here, this direction I will put as plus. So it's 0.5 times -3 plus 13.5 times 7 plus 8.5 times 11. Okay, then after that, minus. See, I'm going to minus, I use another color, this direction. So minus 0.5 times 7 minus 8.5 times -3 minus 13.5 times 11. Close it back. Okay, of course, this one leave it to you to press calculator. So eventually I get half times 60 and I get 30 units squared. Done. EMath, I agree there are some questions like that, but then there are still some EMath questions which is also again always the same thing, asked over and over again. Okay, so those kind of questions, please make sure that you all just scrap it and put it inside your pocket. Yeah. So again, I want to highlight that. Okay, I'm having my crash course soon in June. Okay, please remember to go and sign up. Okay. Okay, it's only crash course for O level. Only for O level. EMath and AMath. You can sign for both, or you can sign for either one also. Okay, come. Question 2. The next question already. Wait, why this one got sudden one? Oh. Okay. Let's move on to question 2. Taking N level, you mean N level AMath or N level EMath? If you take N-level AMath, actually you can join. Only certain topics, like 20% the topic is not applicable to you. But if you're taking N-level EMath, then I don't think it's suitable for you, because I think it could be very tough for you. It will be very tough for you. Oh, so in this case, I believe yours is the same as my student. She is taking N-level AMath, and then she's taking O-level EMath. Then actually, yes, you can take both, because EMath definitely, of course, is applicable to you, okay, because it's O-level express math, right? Then as for N-level, because the topics is about 80% of O-level. N-level is 80% of O-level, so you can take both, okay? Okay, let's see. In the trapezium, blah, blah, blah. Again, see, transfer all the information to the diagram. Point A, pi 0, C is minus 2, 6, and then OC. See, OC and AB is parallel. In this question, they did not put the arrow for me, so I have to put it. OC and AB is parallel, so let's put the arrow. And they say BC is perpendicular to AC. Sorry, OC. Okay, 90 degrees is stated there already, so it's fine. And because this and this is parallel, so this is interior angle. So actually, if this is 90 degree, actually this is also 90 degree. Because interior angle add up to be 180 degree. Okay? Okay, so now your task is to show that the coordinate of B are this. So actually, this is quite similar. The first part is quite similar to just now the question 1. Okay? So again, I'm going to let this be AB. Usually for unknown coordinate, I seldom let it be XY. Okay, I will use other alphabet, just don't use XY, because I feel that using XY very confusing. Okay, so let's see what information again. Again, we have gradient, and of course this is origin. I always make it happy to write 0, 0, although it's obvious it's 0, 0 but seeing the 0, 0 can help you to understand, oh, I have this point already, you understand? If I don't have this 0, 0 here, I might say, I only have minus 2 and 6, how, you know, I cannot see it very directly. Yeah, so this is how I write it. Okay, so same thing, because parallel, so I will write that I'm going to make use of gradient OC is the same as gradient AB. So this is one information that I will be using. Next, I will say that it is perpendicular. So I'm going to use this and this. Yes, so it will be gradient OC is perpendicular to gradient BC. In other words, gradient OC multiplied by gradient BC is equals to -1. So that's why I say this question is similar, but don't worry, part 2 behind is not the same. Okay, so let's find gradient OC. So my gradient OC will be 6 minus 0. So it will be 6 minus 0 over minus 2 minus 0 equals to AB. AB is here. So it's B minus 0, A minus 5. So it will be 6 over -2 equals to B over A minus 5. Cross multiply, 6A minus 5 equals to minus 2B. So I have 6A minus 30 equals to minus 2B. 6A plus 2B equals to 30. This one actually is an equation. When it's an equation, I can try to reduce it. So I'm going to divide by 2. So I get 3A plus B equals to 15. So this will be my equation 1. Next, this one. So let's find gradient OC. Gradient OC actually is the same as here. So I can actually just write here. So it will be 6 minus 0 over minus 2 minus 0 multiplied by gradient BC. BC is over this one. So it will be B minus 6. B minus 6 over A minus minus 2. A minus minus 2 equals to -1 over 1. 6 multiplied by B minus 6 over minus 2. This is A plus 2, A plus 2. So this is A plus 2 equals to -1 over 1. So if you notice sometimes, I make use of bracket. When it's negative, I use round bracket. After I use round bracket, I use square bracket. Okay, so those brackets are important, okay? So let's rainbow and see. I can cross multiply. So 6b minus 6 equals to, minus 2 minus 1 is 2. So it's just 2a plus 2. 6b minus 36 is equals to 2a plus 4. So bring over, 6b minus 2a is equals to 40. I can reduce. Actually doesn't matter. I can actually from here, see here, I can make b the subject, right? So I just do b is equals to 15 minus 3a. So sub here, 6b minus 2a equals to 40. So 6 times 15, 90 minus 18a minus 2a equals to 40, minus 20a equals to 40 minus 90. So my a is equals to minus 50 divided by minus 20. So I have 2.5. And my b will be 15 minus 3a. And I get 7.5. See? That's shown. So therefore, b is 2.5 and 7.5. Shown. Okay, this one same as question 1. Let's move on. Okay, so this one. Now they say that OC is produced to D such that OABD is a parallelogram. So let's go and look at OC and then after that D. So I'm going to show you. Come here. OC is produced. OC is produced so that it becomes a parallelogram. So parallelogram means opposite sides are equal, opposite sides are parallel. So if you notice, the bottom OA is a line which is on the x-axis. This means it's flat. So I draw my, extend my OC, extend, dot, 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 dot. I know my point D is here. Okay? And this one is a vertical, horizontal line. So DB is a horizontal line. So if DB is a horizontal line, it means that the y coordinate will not change. That means it will be the same as B. Okay? So you will actually state here, gradient BD is the same as gradient OA, which is equals to 0. A horizontal line gradient is 0. So therefore, the y coordinate of D is equals to 7.5 as well. That is why you can see that my point D, I write it as D, 7.5. So I will say therefore my D is equals to the D is the x coordinate is unknown, so I put it as a D, 7.5. So now your point D is only one unknown. So if you know there's only one unknown, means I only need one equation. So let's see what we have. So let's see what we have. You have this one, you have this one. Okay, you see this line, we can easily find the equation of the line. Agree? Because I definitely have the gradient, and I have minus 2, 6. I also have 0, 0. So I can easily find the gradient of this line. That means the equation of this line. And when I have the equation of the line, I can just sub in the y coordinate of D and find the x coordinate. Okay? So let's find the equation of the line OC first. Sure, the crash course, is it individual or like a group tuition on? It's a group tuition on Zoom. Yeah, it's a group tuition. I'll be covering 2 questions every topic from Sec 1 to Sec 4. Okay, that is what I will go through during the live on the Zoom. But, okay, other than that, you will also have additional 2 questions every topic via my teaching, via our learning portal. So in total, you will get 4 questions every topic. Okay? And all these teaching videos are all accessible from the learning portal until you complete year 2022 O level. Okay, that means you can access all the way until you finish your O level as revision or whatsoever. And I also give you 10 free pass, right? I don't know whether you're going to read the website or not. 10 free pass means you can ask me 10 math questions, okay? Every student who sign up can ask 10 questions. You can just send me the question through Google Sheet, and then after that I'll answer you. So the 10 pass is valid until before you graduate from O level. So that means when you're doing your revision or whatsoever, not necessary that you ask me questions must be from my crash course. Okay, it could be like after that you are doing your revision for your school paper, or you're doing revision for your O level 10-year series, then you have question, then you can send me the question and ask me. Okay, just asking me 10 questions and me teaching you that 10 questions is already value, because it's really a very, very detailed, a lot of things, cover a lot of things. Okay, let's move on. So now let's see. So now we go and find the equation of the line OC. Hey, where's my phone? Okay. So let's find equation of OC. Equation of line OC. Because I already have the gradient, so it's actually y is equals to, where is my gradient? Gradient OC is in front. Here. So it's 6 divided by minus 2, which is minus 3. So it's minus 3x plus c. And this line OC, you already know the y-intercept, which is 0. So it is y is equals to minus 3x plus 0. It is a 30 hours thing, 5 days. That means, like, for example, let's say talk about AMath. Monday, let's say 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Of course, we will have break in between. There's a lunch break 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. So that means you will go through, you will learn together with me every topic 2 questions. Okay, then maybe end of the day, there will be another 2 questions which is on the learning portal, right? Yes, you can do the additional 2 questions for your own revision. Okay, so it's like, okay, you follow me for 5 days to do everything and revision. You will learn 2 questions per topic. Okay, we will send you the material so you can do it on the paper together with me. Okay, that's for Monday, Tuesday, and let's say, of course, students ask me, what if I cannot attend one of the day or 2 of the day? So it doesn't matter. Why? Because the 2, when I go through the questions on the Zoom, it will be uploaded to the portal. So it means that, for example, you can come on day 1, then you miss day 2. You miss day 2, then after that day 2, you can just watch it on the learning portal another day, because the topics are not the topics will be different every day. Okay. Is it easier to use shoelace method for finding area or doing it normally? Definitely shoelace method is the easiest, but take note that AMath you cannot use shoelace method. So AMath, usually when they ask for the area of the triangle, you either have to use the half times base times height, or you have to break them into like some area minus some area. Okay, shoelace method is easier. You just need to close up the loop, put in the coordinate, and then just find. Okay. Okay, so now we have this. So I'm going to start in the y coordinate of the D, which is 7.5. Yeah, y equals to 7.5. Y equals to 7.5. So I have 7 minus 3x equals to 7.5. X is equals to minus 2.5. So therefore, my D is minus 2.5, comma 7.5. Done. Okay. So I repeat for this one, it's because of this line is horizontal. So I know the y coordinate no change. What I did was I find equation of the line OC, because extended line. After I find equation of OC, I just sub in y equals to 7.5 to find the x coordinate. Okay, next. They ask to find the equation of the perpendicular bisector of OC. So there's 2 properties here. First is perpendicular. Perpendicular means is 90 degree. M1, M2 is -1. Bisector. Bisector means the line cut into half. So you need to take note. Sometimes they only mention perpendicular to OC. Okay, sometimes they mention perpendicular bisector, so you need to be very careful to take note of the words. So if I go back to my diagram, okay, this one let me just extend the line first. If not, wait, let me extend this one for the just now that part. So we extend this, and then we know that okay, point D is here. So we know this one D, and then this one will be D, 7.5. So now they want to find the perpendicular bisector of OC. That means I will go to OC. You can mark a point. You can label this as M because this is the midpoint. They want the bisector. So that means it will be this line. So they are asking you to find this line, question mark. Okay, I think the arrow a bit. Wait, let me draw somewhere else. And this is 90 degrees. And this is bisector. So, to find the equation of the line, same thing, you know, is y equals to mx plus c. I want to find my gradient first. So, do I have the gradient of this line? Okay, because it's perpendicular, I need gradient OC, which I already have. So, it's easy for me to find the gradient of this line. So, my gradient OC was minus 3. Okay, gradient OC was minus 3. So, therefore, gradient OC times the second gradient give me negative 1. So this gradient is minus, is 1/3, is 1/3. Because I take minus 1 divided by divide by negative 3, So now I can find y equals to 1/3 x plus c. Then I need to start a point which is on the line, right? Okay, I need to start a point which is on the line. Currently, I don't have any point yet. But I know point M is on this line. And this point M is the midpoint of OC. So it means that I need to find the midpoint of OC first. So let's find the midpoint of OC. Midpoint of OC. Okay, midpoint of OC is, you just take the x coordinate. See, minus 2 plus 0. Minus 2 plus 0 divided by 2. 6 plus 0 divided by 2. That means x1 plus x2 divided by 2, y1 plus y2 divided by 2. So in the end, you get negative 1 and 3. So this is my midpoint. And once I have my midpoint, I can sub it here already. I can sub it here. So sub it here so that you can find the equation. So we will sub minus 1 and 3 into here to find the C. So my 3 is equals to 1/3 negative 1 plus C. So my C it becomes 10 over 3. So now my equation of the line is y equals to 1/3 x plus 10 over 3. So usually Teacher Kangie equation of the line, I always like to put it in the form of y equals to something. So this should be my answer. But sometimes, of course, some students like it flat, right? So look at the LCM. The LCM of this one is 3. The denominator is 3. So you also can do times 3 throughout. So you get 3y equals to x plus 10. Also can. So this one, either one also can accept. Up to you. Okay, I like to write it in terms of y. Why? Because when I put it in this form, I know my gradient is 1/3. Okay? Okay, the next one. This one is a very tough question. This is a tough question. Okay, so now, they say E is a point which lie on the perpendicular bisector of OC, such that the area OAEC is 15. Okay, so let's go back to the diagram again. They say the point E lies on this line. This perpendicular bisector, and they say OAEC. Why is it that I say it's here? It's because they also tell us that the x coordinate of E is positive. It means that it will be here. So you can just randomly just put a E here. Okay, it's just a random. So I'm going to let this be let's see, so my E will be, wait, let me just fill up the blank first. This one we already solved it, which is y equals to 1/3 x plus 10 over 3. This one is this one. So this E, I will let it equals to, by right, just now I used A, B already. Okay, I'm going to use, oh, I cannot use C, D because just now I used already. Can I use C? Can. Okay, I will do this. Let E be EF, doesn't matter lah, EF. Let E be EF, doesn't matter. So I'm going to sub x equals to E into y equals to 1/3 x plus 10 over 3. So this is one method that a lot of students don't know, because my point E is on this line. So technically speaking, if I already have the equation of the line, my point, I don't have two unknown. I actually just have one unknown. I just let E be the x coordinate. Okay, see, x coordinate is E, then I just sub x equals to E into the equation of the line. So my y, therefore, my point E is actually equals to E comma 1/3 E plus 10 over 3. So you see my point E actually only have one unknown, which is the E. Okay, it doesn't have two unknown anymore because I already sub it into the equation of the line. So with this, I can use the shoelace method, okay, to form equation to solve my E, because they give us the area is 15. Okay, they give us the area is 15. So I'm going to write half minus 2, 6, 0, 0, 5, 0, E 1/3 E plus 10 over 3, E, sorry, minus 2 and 6. Minus 2 and 6 equals to 15. So let me just go through with you. Why is it that it's all this point? So minus 2, 6 is this point. And I have to go anti-clockwise. So after minus 2, 6 is 0, 0. After that is 5, 0. After that is this point here, which is the E. So this one is 1/3 E plus 10 over 3. Okay, then go back to my C, which is minus 2, 6. Okay, because I want to find OAED, sorry, OAEC, OAEC. So in this case, I'm going to, again, this is a tedious way of solving it, because we got to be careful because it involves fractions. So I will have half, again, this direction first. So I have minus 2 times 0 plus 0 times 0 plus 5 times 1/3 E plus 10 over 3 plus 6E. This direction will be minus. So it will be, so careful, see, minus, and this is negative 2, so you got to put bracket, minus negative 2 1/3 E plus 10 over 3 minus, this side is 0, 0, 0. So actually I just minus 0, 3, 0. And close it, this is equals to 15. Okay, half. Let's simplify first. All these are 0, 0. Then this one is rainbow, rainbow. I will have 5 over 3E plus 50 over 3 plus 6E. See, minus, minus, so this one is supposed to be plus, so it's plus 2/3 E, rainbow, plus 20 over 3, equals to 15. And since this one is half, I can actually bring to the other side, or say I times 2 on both sides. So it becomes these 2, these 3, see, 5 over 3E plus 6E plus 2/3 E equals to, I times 2, 30. I'm going to bring all this number over. So it becomes minus 50 over 3 minus 20 over 3. So over here, let's press the calculator. 5 third plus 6 plus 2 third. It will give us 25 over 3e equals to 20 over 3. And my e will be 0.8. So we're done. We solve our e. And don't forget that we have the other, the y coordinate. So you just do 1 third e plus 10 over 3 actually will give us 3.6. Therefore, my point E is 0.8, 3.6 done. So actually, it's just forming equation. It's just that you have to be very careful because it involves fractions. Okay, so that is the IV. That's IV. Wow, in the end, I realized that I only did 2 questions. Okay, I will go on to the next question. Okay, so if no question, I will go to the next question. Okay, because coordinate geometry is very time consuming. Next, rhombus. Okay, rhombus. This is the question about rhombus. And you have to know the properties of rhombus in the first place. First, we must know that all 4 sides are equal. So I put the marking, and then of course we have parallel line. Okay, then let's continue the question. They say that DB is the diagonal, so I'm going to draw the line DB. Is parallel to this line. So this line, I need to shift it into the y equals to x plus 3. Because with this, I can easily see that my gradient is 1. Understand? I can easily see that my gradient is 1. So they are saying that this line is parallel to this one. And I also see that my y-intercept is 3. And gradient 1 means, see, this is y, this is 1, right? So I will assume that here is 3. I can actually just draw a line that is parallel to this one. Just say that they are parallel. They are parallel. This line is this line. So actually, okay. Wait. Okay. They ask you to find the equation of AC. So I'm going to draw the line AC as well. This one not really drawn to scale. But it's okay. I'm going to play cheap. See, because they tell us that the center of the really drawn to scale. But it's okay. I'm going to play cheap. See, because they tell us that the center of the line on the y-axis. So actually, this center should be on the x-axis. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to just draw a big dot so that it touches on the y-axis. Okay. So now the question is, do I have the gradient of this line? It looks like you don't have. But one very important properties of rhombus is the diagonals are perpendicular to each other. So take note, star, star, star. Okay, the diagonals of rhombus are perpendicular. So it means that here is 90 degrees. Okay, all these are 90 degrees. This is what it means. So if it is and this line I have the gradient because this is parallel to this, correct? So I will say, this is how I'm going to write. I will say that my gradient BD is equals to 1 because it's parallel to this, and this line, the gradient is 1. So my gradient BD is 1. So gradient AC, so gradient AC multiplied by gradient BD is equals to -1 because they are perpendicular to each other. So therefore, gradient AC is -1. So now equation of AC is y equals to minus x plus c already. Okay. And I need to sub a point which is on the AC. And the only point I have is minus 1, 0. So let's just sub in minus 1, 0. So we have 0 equals to minus negative 1 plus C. So my C is equals to 1. So equation of AC will be y equals to minus x plus 1. Done. Right. Okay, let's move on. So the coordinate of C. So let's see whether we can find coordinate of C. Okay, so the line here, I already have the equation, which is y equals to minus x plus 1. I think I wrote wrongly. Oh, I made a big mistake. Okay, this is positive 1. Bring it over should be negative 1. You know how I know that I'm wrong? Because this line, the y-intercept is below the x-axis, so it should be a negative value. Then I was looking at this, doesn't make sense. So this plus 1 bring over should be negative 1. Sorry for the mistake. So this is minus. Now it makes sense. Okay. So how am I going to find the coordinate C? Let's see what we have. The center, we actually already have it, because center, they tell us that it lies on the y-axis. We already know that this point is negative 1. So we know that the midpoint or the center is 0, negative 1. So I will say here, okay, center is equals to 0, negative 1. Because it's on the y-axis, so the x-coordinate is 0. And because the y-intercept is negative 1, so we know the center, the y-coordinate is negative 1. So it becomes, yes, this is AMath. So we know center is equals to 0, negative 1. So, and you should know that the diagonals actually bisect each other. So what does bisect each other means? It means that they are equal. So I'm going to draw this line here so that you visualize better. So this is the line that we are talking about. This is point A, which we have it as negative 1 and 0. The midpoint, which is the center, which is a 0, negative 1. This is point C. We are supposed to find this. 0, negative 1. This is point C. We are supposed to find this. So to find midpoint is very easy. I'm going to let this be AB. See here. Minus 1 plus A. So this one you all must know. Minus 1 plus A divided by 2 equals to 0. So cross multiply, I have minus 1 plus A equals to 0. A equals to 1. Okay, now look at the y-coordinate. 0 plus B. So 0 plus B divided by 2 is equals to negative 1. So cross multiply, I have B equals to negative 2. So therefore, my point C is 1, negative 2. Done. Okay, the last question for the day. They ask to find the area of the rhombus. Let's take a look at the diagram. So many students may feel that, oh, I can use the 4 points and then do the shoelace method, right? Actually you can. Okay, actually you can. Because the midpoint is the same as the midpoint of BD, right? So actually I can find my point D also. Agree? And once I have this, I have all the 4 points, I can use my shoelace method to find the area. Okay, there's also another way to do it. Because this is perpendicular. So if I look at half of this, I know that this is a triangle. So I can say I can take half times the base times the perpendicular height. Of course, I need to find the length. Then after that, I times 2, I get the area of the rhombus as well. Okay? I can use that is because the inside is perpendicular. Okay, but I'm not going to use that. Let's go and find point D. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my BD line again because I want to find the midpoint. So my B was 2, 1. My center, we have it, which is a 0, -1, and this one is unknown. So I can use CD. So let's again find the point. So same thing, C plus 2 divided by 2 is equals to 0. So I have C plus 2 equals to 0, C equals to -2. Now over here, I can D plus 1. D plus 1 divided by 2 is equals to -1. Cross multiply, D plus 1 equals to -2. So my D is equals to -3. So therefore my D is equals to -2 minus 3. But we are not done now. We are supposed to find the area. So we come back to here. I'm going to label, put in the C and the D. My C was 1, -2. My D is -2 minus 3. So we can do our shoelace method. So area of rhombus is equals to half. Let's put in the information. Okay, I'm going to put -1 and 0. -1 and 0. Anti-clockwise, so -2 minus 3. 1 and -2. 2 and 1. And of course, make sure that you close back with the same point, -1 and 0. So we're going to do this side again. Arrow, arrow, arrow. So put square bracket. -1 minus 3 plus -2 times -2 plus 1 times 1 plus 2 times 0. Students always say, hey, 0 so obvious, you still need to write, man. I'm very particular lah, okay? So usually I will just write it. So show the teacher that I know the working mark. I mean, as in, if let's say touch wood, I press the calculator wrongly, at least I can get some working marks, you see? So now minus is this direction. Then student always ask me, need to draw the arrow, man. Sometimes, I mean, you see, you draw the arrow, you will match them properly, right? Just a few seconds to draw this arrow actually won't kill you. So you will have -1 and 1, 2 and -2, and 1 and -3, and -2 and 0. So this one you will have to be very, very careful because there's a lot of negative involved, right? So you need to make sure that you key into the calculator properly. So in this question, it will be half times 16. In the end, I get 8 units squared. And we're done. Okay? So this will be coordinate geometry. Not bad for those who actually survived till the end. A lot of people don't like this topic because it's very tedious. But actually it's a very straightforward topic because they cannot ask too much of they cannot vary this question too much, okay? It's basically just, you know, keep using gradient now, all the properties and stuff like that, and forming equation. Good. So we finished our lessons today for AMath coordinate geometry.